Hi guys, they say that there's no such thing as bad publicity, but that doesn't seem to be the case with Linden Kemkaran, who's the Reform UK leader of Kent County Council. Now, she thinks that all of this, where she's been attacked by the Labour Party, is some sort of popularity contest. Have a listen to this.
So, I'm inventing a new game. It's called KCC Bingo. The rules are, every time Kent County Council gets mentioned in the House of Commons by a Labour politician who is desperately struggling to divert everyone's attention away from the fact that the Labour government is in terrible trouble, the Prime Minister is in terrible trouble, the Chancellor's in terrible trouble, the Deputy Prime Minister is in terrible trouble. What do they all have in common? Every time they're in terrible trouble, they mention Kent County Council in the House of Commons. It's pathetic. Everyone can see what's happening, but do you know what? Every time they do it, my popularity goes up and Reform UK gets even more votes. So please, Labour, keep it coming. KCC Bingo.
Sorry, I don't understand the rules of this game. Anyway, I don't think that's quite relevant here. Why are Labour MPs, the Deputy Prime Minister and the Prime Minister talking about Kent County Council? Because Nigel Farage asked them to. They aren't doing it. Well, maybe to a certain extent they're doing it because they're worried about their own problems. But Nigel Farage asked them to. He said Kent County Council is going to be the model to use for people to look at when it comes to what a Reform UK government would look like. So if we're to look at Kent County Council, which is run by this lady here, well, it would involve cover-ups, it would involve kicking people out who disagree with the leader, it would involve breaches in the manifesto, and it would involve a popularity contest and not actually delivering for the people. Because that seems to be what Kent County Council is all about. This lady here, the leader, got into a fight with other councillors, got Nigel Farage on board to kick these people out, and then there was a bit of a cover-up involved. It's a joke, but this is what she wants the Labour Party to talk about Kent County Council. Well, Kent County Council is already having a lot of problems, and I think she should, instead of focusing on popularity contests, focus on her frigging job. It says here, difficult decisions over adult social care from the council. So, from the BBC, Kent County Council has warned it faces unprecedented pressures on its adult social care services and is urging the government to provide more support in next month's funding settlement. I thought that you were going to be able to go in, find waste, eliminate the waste, not increase taxes, and be able to deliver better services. Because this is what you were telling the public before the local elections. This is what Nigel Farage was telling the public before the local elections. And now you're saying, we actually looked at the situation and it's dire. You know, Reform can't sell this all as, well, we didn't know. Because some of the councillors who Reform have in their councils are ex-Tories. These are people who used to be there, who just defected to Reform. So they obviously knew, and anyone who understands anything about local politics or national politics understands that councils have been on the breadline, are close to bankruptcy. They can't actually go bankrupt, but they're close to bankruptcy in many cases. Why? Because they have had cuts to their funding, because it's very difficult for them to raise funding. And of course, costs have gone up, in particular when it comes to social care. It goes on to say, a new financial report shows the council's adult social care budget is forecast to overspend by over 7%, with overall council spending running at about 3%, £46.5 million above its total budget. Council leader Linden Kemkaran says the figures highlight the scale of the challenge and warned that difficult decisions would be made. Conservative councillor Susan Hudson said Reform showed a lack of experience and financial knowledge in how local government works. Yes, of course they do, because some of them just were hoping that they would get in as a councillor just to give asylum seekers a bloody nose, to kick them out of hotels, to spend time with Nigel Farage. This is what I think a lot of these councillors thought they would be doing. And instead, they're going into councils, not understanding how things work, and realizing actually it's quite difficult. And also the approach reform have to other parties, particularly the Conservatives, is antagonistic. So when you go into a council, you need to be able to work with the other councillors. This is why the local level politics is quite different to the national politics. MPs generally don't work together, but councillors have to work together in many cases. The politics isn't as polarising, but when it comes to reform, they don't seem to want to work with other councillors from other parties. So going in and they want to make decisions, hard decisions, it's going to be difficult for them. They're going to receive a lot of pushback. And if they don't know how things operate, they're not going to receive a lot of help from the other councillors. Why would the other councillors help them if their approach is antagonistic? So the reason Labour are talking about Kent County Council is because Nigel Farage told them to. And the more we talk about Kent County Council, the more it should have a chilling effect on anyone considering voting for reform in the general election in a few years' time. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.